Wrasslin podcast, episode 26, a summer takeover. This song was personally requested after yesterday coming out to the ring. So the Wrasslin podcast, episode 26. Like, share, follow, subscribe.
Yeah.
Man 95 at all.
No OG around to show me guidance. Tell myself count on my blessings before my eyes rest. Hunger Games up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need nourishment. I just need a zip to blow. Smoke away all the stress. Keep me level-headed, rather have my soldiers perish than the devil get it. CT made me an animal. I'm cool with that. Niggas give me props every day. What I'ma do with that? I ain't the same no more. Niggas cool with rats. I don't know who said what you did, but if it's true to facts, don't come through with that. If niggas feeling some type of way, how you do? Relax, homie, don't extend me your hand. You can keep the nod. Haters working hard every day. They can keep the job. I ain't giving donkeys today. That's for C to God, plotting on my downfall, hoping that they could be the God. Yo, peace to A to God. That's random, but we your favorite squad. When I mean squad, I'm talking D.I., Locksmith, True Purpose. I'm being judged by my peers, who as it appears ain't on my tier. Being hated by cats who ain't make it, that ain't my fear. Seeing my seeds grow with no hustle, I couldn't bear. Straight and narrow, I veered all the way over there. Homie, pull up a chair, and we ain't talking careers. The valleys you must endure, the peaks will disappear. When you getting that jewelry, it's priceless. And make them come for your head like they was ISIS. Crisis, what they was screaming, so who the nicest? Pat you on the back, the same place the knife is. So don't you listen. You know these motherfuckers don't care. They try to make you believe your dream is small. I promise they give a limb to see you fall. So don't you listen at all. You know these motherfuckers don't care at all. They try to make you believe your dream is small. I promise they give a limb to see you fall. Yeah, I'm good on that.
Dre, Becky Lynch. Oh my gosh, yo. This is episode 26. You have to, your mic is muted. This is crazy.
Yo, take me up the fry.
Swirling mass.
Yeah.
Mics up. Turn our mother loving mics up.
Slim, what's up, Dre? How you doing? Yeah, I'll mute your mic. Yeah.
Hunger Games up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need.
You gotta go and sit.
Virgil. All right.
Nah, you ain't doing me like that. You ain't doing me.
For my black queen, Sasha.
And Goldust. All right.
Yo, you are foul, bro. You are
Jeff Hardy at number 5.
number 5.
Goldust. All right, Goldust. All right, time. All right. Eddie Guerrero's going to Wrestling God. You're just going to have to be mad. You're just going to have to be mad. That's just how it works. No, you whoa.
You can keep the job. I ain't giving donkeys today. That's the seed of God plotting on my.
Whatever. I'm giving you a horn swallow. You get a goddamn spirit squad. You nasty, filthy top 5.
Peers, who as it appears ain't on my tier. Being hated by cats who ain't make it, that ain't my fault.
My favorite what? What is your favorite finish move? Favorite? It doesn't matter what your favorite finish move. Oh no. Oh, this
Oh, God damn it. Your phone on 40%. Yo, Montez, I think you put me on.
yeah, I was about to say this. Hold on, yo. You lucky I don't got. You lucky WWE got copyright laws. Boy, I would play the Street Fighter.
I'm excited. It should be fun. I'm gonna beat her ass. But
All right, talk your talk.
I'm more interested in it now than I was before. To be honest with you, I mean, I was interested in it because it's, you know, it's money in the bank.
You
gotta have some good and bad in there to me. And even when it don't make sense, so that's why I feel like.
I mean, because really that was their, other than like the AJs and stuff like that was really his, you know what I'm saying? That was like the most credible.
Hey, it goes right over my face too perfectly. That is funny.
1 second. I tried. I swear. Yo, listen. I tried. Stop. Let it happen. I'm gonna need you to relax.
wow, dog. It's like you knew where I was gonna be on the screen.
Relax.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Your mic is now it's unmuted when it needs to be muted.
Yeah, I'll be muting it sometimes because it's a little loud at times up in.
Right.
If I do that, I'll just.
Anyway, this is OE Wrestling episode 26, a summer takeover. SummerSlam was last night. Takeover is tonight. It is 8/22/2021. Dre, did you watch SummerSlam? First question: did you actually watch SummerSlam?
I caught everything but the Biggie match. The Biggie versus Bum-Ass Corbin match. I didn't catch that, but everything else I caught.
All right. Spoiler alert. Before, I know I have to be professional. I'm gonna step out of Frass Heenan and really talk to y'all. Hold on, Dre. Bianca Belair.
You just jumping out the gate with it? Shots fired out the gate, huh?
I just want to say I love AEW and WWE, all of wrestling, Impact even. I almost bought an AEW shirt, a CM Punk shirt. Yo, I wanted to write WWE hate mail. Now, oh my God, am I being a fan? Is this happening for a reason? Will it make sense at the end? I don't think it was worth that. Becky Lynch did not get the reaction y'all was looking for. Tell me, am I lying when I say this? Chavo Guerrero in AEW got a better pop than Becky Lynch in front of 50. Oh my God! Disgusting. Yes, out the gate, Dre. Out the gate.
That wasn't Chavo Guerrero. That was Randy Orton on AEW. He's working on both brands.
No, don't take Chavo hype. Just because the real man got a hype over the man in WWE is ridiculous.
Well, you got to take into consideration that they're outdoors. They're outdoors.
Oh my
so
God.
The air lifts. It lifts into the air, bro. There isn't no echo. There isn't no. Yeah. But
this Dre show, I got this.
But
quit.
But no. With Becky Lynch, WWE, what the heck are y'all thinking, man? Like, yo, your SummerSlam probably gets like a grade. If I'm being real, your SummerSlam, I really gotta analyze it, but I'm probably gonna say like at best you got a 7, and I don't even know if you got a 7. I think you probably got like a 6, a 6.5, somewhere around there, like a 6 maybe, a 6.5. I don't even know if you deserve a C, bro, because what y'all did. When I think about it now, now that you mentioned Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, y'all definitely do not deserve a C, an average grade, because what y'all did was you took the match that could have saved SummerSlam. You took what could have been the best match on the entire card, and then you squashed it in 26 seconds. What you just did, you buried Bianca and you buried Becky at the same time. Becky will never be as over as she was before ever again.
Ever again. I don't think they understand this. And that's the point of where the bias exit. I don't even think the squash wasn't worth it. I get the Becky return hype. All right, I'm putting my fan aside. I'm back to work. Let's go. SummerSlam. But still, no. And then you did that to the over baby face. What?
If they would have wrestled and she would have won the match, that would be one thing. I would be cool with that.
Yeah.
But just the little, she did the little heel tactic, but it's just like, come on now. We just seen Bianca Belair last 57 minutes in the Royal Rumble. We just seen her beat Bayley. We just seen her beat Sasha Banks in great matches.
That doesn't downplay Bayley and Sasha Banks. She had a fight with Sasha Banks, and she loses to a rock bottom.
You know how I feel. You know how I feel about Charlotte. Becky Lynch was the weak link of the 4 Horsewomen, bro. I'm sorry, bro. And this just really solidified it for me, bro. I'm sorry. You were forever number 4 in the 4 Horsewomen of me, bro.
I'm telling y'all, I am separating my bias from Bianca Belair. If one of y'all can tell me, what did that really do? What did that do? Besides her debuting, what did that do for her? What did that do for anybody? SmackDown, I'm sorry, WWE, period. Your women's division is not that strong for you to be burying anybody.
I understand Becky coming back, but Becky, I'll be real with you. Becky did not look in shape to even, to even be in there with Bianca, bro. Becky was up in there looking like a little thin noodle, bro. Becky was not looking come on, bro. That's probably why they worked the match 26 seconds, because she probably wasn't in ring shape to go.
Yo, I really remember I talked about certain petty stuff. Even though I heard, I don't know if it's true, that Sasha Banks wasn't even going to compete anyway.
I'm glad he mentioned Sasha Banks. This makes things worse. Sasha, but they said 6 days, so you know what? Here's what I think happened. And this makes it even worse for Bianca Belair. You just had the last thing you see before SummerSlam is Sasha Banks having her stretched out on a table, choking her out with a bank statement with her own hair in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? So now she kind of gotta win or get cheated by Sasha Banks. For Sasha Banks not to show up and then the whole Becky thing to go down, it kind of make me think that they penciled in, Sasha, Becky's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how they did with New Day with the Hardy Boys at WrestleMania. But I was kind of cool with that. But the way they did this, executed this was trash.
On the show, please. Yeah, no, that was horrible, bro. The whole thing, nobody can tell me. I know everybody knows I'm a Bianca Belair fan. I get it. But in my work mode, what did that do for anybody? To me, that was one of the moves me and you was talking about that was going to, like you said, penciled in last minute. Let's go. Let's go, Becky. You here anyway. Let's go. She probably not even going to wrestle for another month, another 2 weeks. If she don't wrestle for another 2 weeks, I'm saying this. I know I am. It's still Becky. I feel you. If she doesn't wrestle for another 2 weeks, I'm telling you, they just threw that in. They try to get a reaction.
Bruh, CM Punk just came back the day before. And contrary to what people are saying about, oh, they're doing this to counter AEW, when you got to think about it, WWE did not plan their SummerSlam a weekend ahead. They had these things surprised. Like, they might have made last minute adjustments on things, but I think they like had at least.
How long have you been watching WWE?
Man, you know, man, come on, the big ones. You can
Yo,
tell from a mile away. Hold up. You could tell from a mile away what the main event for WrestleMania is going to be like. Practically the
absolutely certain matches. I agree.
So, like, I'll be real. They did a good job of. You didn't even think. You know, no one was even thinking Becky Lynch or Brock Lesnar was coming back. Like, I legitimately popped when they came back. It wasn't the same as like how you pop for a CM Punk because like of the circumstances. But those I definitely popped. And the thing with Becky Lynch was, it was like a when I'm watching it, I'm like, yo, well played WWE. Because like I popped when she first came out there, and I'm thinking well played because Becky Lynch sells around the same ballpark in merchandise as a CM Punk does, even without being away for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? She's still doing numbers like in that ballpark. You know what I'm saying? So like, why would you jack up her bread? Why would you jack up those merchandise by turning her heel when you could have just had her go out there and they could have tore the house down, bruh? They could have tore the house down beyond and you know, that would have been different. Bruh.
She's not heel. Yes, that left a salty taste in some people's mouth, but she's not heel.
The way she totally did that, she is definitely heel, bro. All right. The whole handshake, she's like, nah, shake my hand before the match and then suckered her in and hit her with the finisher. That was all heel, bro.
We'll see. Becky Lynch is not heel.
Now, there's some people just gonna support her regardless because they're Bianca Belair haters, bro. Because Bianca's always had some haters, you know what I'm saying? Because Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks to a certain extent, but more so Bianca Belair, bro. Like, she is like a role model, an iconic figure for like a lot of black girls. You know what I'm saying? Whether she realizes it or not at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I would say the same thing for Sasha, but like more so with Bianca. You know what I'm saying? Because like she's like 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, I don't know. She's just like a different, bro. Like, but not to like, you know, put like that type of
somebody really showing their shit.
Yeah, it's real talk though, bro. Why do I get this every single time I'm on a live stream? Bro, look, I just got on a One Piece shirt. I can't. You know, little One Piece, bro.
All right, relax.
I got me like on the runway over here, bro. I gotta fix my green screen real quick, though.
All right, but what a SummerSlam it was off of Becky. That wasn't all. It wasn't completely bad. I mean, there was a few more bad things. The Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie, that was a pointless segment. I wasn't too hyped on.
Hold up. Back to the Bianca real quick. The Bianca, and what it did was, it did one thing, whether it was good or not, people are talking about it. When you have that whole CM Punk thing going on, you would think that's the only thing people are going to be talking about coming out of it. But because of how bad they did Bianca, it's become another talking point. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
that is true.
It definitely did its thing in that regard. Same thing with Brock Lesnar. And as a matter of fact, two things, bro. Like, for with the CM Punk, they were talking about how they showed his numbers that he did, like on YouTube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They showed Brock Lesnar's. Brock Lesnar did like what CM Punk did in an hour on the views. So it's just like, yeah. So it's just like there's different little things. Like when we looking at, I was seeing AEW fans like, yeah, WWE's over and all that, and then you turn into SummerSlam and you see 51,000 people in a stadium. You know,
that looked beautiful. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm just
lie,
like, bro, that's the difference, bro. Like until AEW is packing out, and that's not even their biggest gate, bro. And that's three times bigger
That's
than
the inbox. You should send you an inbox link. You did. Got you.
that's 3 times their biggest gate ever, and that ain't even their biggest gate. You know, so it's just like, bro, there's levels to it. So like, I want to definitely see AEW get there, and the CM Punk signing was a great move, you know, in that direction.
All right. We're on SummerSlam. Let's talk about SummerSlam. All right. Well, that speaks a lot of volume, though. SummerSlam happened, and still talking about CM Punk says a lot. But anyway, Damian Priest defeated Sheamus. You didn't.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
Sheamus, man, I'm telling you, Sheamus could work anywhere, bro. Sheamus could work in Ring of Honor. He could work in New Japan, bro.
Please go to New Japan.
Man, Sheamus' style is just rugged, bro. Like that dude is like, he could work in any time era. He could work back in the old school with the steroid dudes, or he could work in like the new school with the young dudes. Like he could do whatever, bro. Sheamus is legit, man. I would like to see Shane and Walter, bro. Shane and Walter would be fire, bro.
That's a fire match.
I want to start to see Walter take on people his own size now. I'll say that too.
Walter putting people over though.
Walter, but he's always the big dude, just punking everybody, and that's kind of like the thing, you know. Like it's the same thing with Karrion Kross, where you see him always as the big guy around the little dudes, being up all the big dudes, looking so dominant. But it's just like, all right, like what happens when I see you wrestle some, like, you know.
Hold on, Dre. One second. Don't pardon me. You know how we do on OE Wrestling. We treat our guests right. Ladies and gentlemen, if this man was a wrestler, he'd probably be the best damn cruiserweight ever, the way he is light on his feet. The grace of this man. Lord. It's the one and only. Lachey, how you doing? Lachey, how you doing?
Hey, man. Salute to both y'all, man. Hope y'all staying blessed and safe out here in these streets.
Definitely, man. We're talking about SummerSlam. We're moving along, but I can feel it. I can feel the energy through the screen. You got a couple words about Becky.
Man, I feel like the main problem that WWE still faces to this day, they have so many people on their roster that they have no idea what to do with them. And then when someone gets injured or whatever, they bring them back and go, hey, instead of building up this roster or like the women's division or whatever in layers, they immediately scrap it and go, hey, so-and-so's back. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do some shock and awe value and completely negate everyone being tuned into the story that's being told. Now, word on the curb is they knew that Sasha was injured. All right, cool. There's an easy way to write that in. Like, they love authority storylines. Like, hey, you know, she was attacking with Sonya Deville, somebody. All right, cool. She's not coming in for the match. Like, last minute. If you don't do last minute, do that. Then here comes Becky Lynch. All right, have this face off with Becky Lynch. You know, they wildin'. A little bit of a longer match or something, like a hump. Actually, they just in the ring for like a good minute. Like, build that energy that way. Build that return that way. Have her talk some shit. And then it looks like she might go for easy finish, but then Bianca rolls out. But now you ain't getting that on me today. Like, I feel like there's multiple ways to do it without having an actual crappy ending. Because for me, WWE is always based on saying, hey, we're going to do this finish. It don't matter what people say because they're going to talk about it. But the issue is there's so many other things to talk about in wrestling now that it's like, hey, but let me go see what CM Punk's doing. I was going to post in the group his interview with Tony Khan. It's like 50 minutes long. And he's just talking about how he's felt about the business and like coming back and all things. I think people are forgetting this is a great time to be a wrestling fan in general with what New Japan's doing, what Impact is doing with AEW and New Japan. There's a lot of things to talk about. I don't have to bank my interest in just WWE and doing most of the things. Like that's really been the biggest issue for people who don't watch wrestling that often, is if they're not used to like watching wrestling consistently. Sorry. They're like, all right, cool. Well, this is WWE. I don't care about this other stuff. AEW's trash. They're using old school WWE people. I'm like, but look what they're doing. So to tie that back into Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, I feel like Bianca Belair was literally just starting to hit her stride as a champion, which is the same as she had with Kofi. Kofi had great technically good matches with AJ and Daniel Bryan and was it Kevin Owens? Like he had some really good matches, but they could have continued to build that for a couple more months and keep it going. WWE loves to say, hey, we did this thing. It's like Netflix. WWE's like Netflix. Hey, y'all watching this show? Oh, y'all like it? We put it out for a month? Yeah, I'm going to scrap that shit. You're not getting a second season. Like, what?
Right.
I just now started watching that shit. Like, what was it, Jupiter's Legacy? I was like, hey, this is fire. Went back and read the graphic novels. Oh, you ain't doing a second season. Nigga, what? What am I supposed to be watching? They did have an Altered Carbon. I was like, all right, this Altered Carbon's a beast. Hey, Anthony Mackie's in the second season. This is dope. Cancel. What? All right. Like, and unfortunately, that's their consistent record because that's what Vince has been doing. And I mean, I know y'all have seen the dirt sheets and stuff like that. There's a lot of turmoil, man. Even in NXT and things of that nature. Like, I just want to watch good quality wrestling. That's all I want. How hard is it for a company that has almost 10 hours worth of content during the week with NXT, NXT UK, Raw, and SmackDown? Like, come on, fam. Give me something good. I'm not saying everything has to be perfect, but I want. Okay, real quick, let's put it in general, and I'll let y'all go back to the subject. Right now, it's hard for me to watch the WWE consistently because I'm like, all right, just when they have my attention, they do something completely out the like the Hurt Business. Everybody was wilding with the Hurt Business. Like, that was great. Everything was going well. For them to scrap it for whatever reason, I'm like, you have a good thing. You have a great thing. People are tuned in. This is a great dynasty. Again, I would have loved for them to continue this all the way up to Survivor Series. Now, what they do after that is whatever, but I would love to. I love seeing Wrasslin and Cedric, who's worked his like. Think about it. Cedric Alexander was at a point to where he didn't win the Cruiserweight tournament, but they brought it back. He was so beastly. This is what we as fans love to watch, right? This is what we love to see, is continuous storyline. Now, fast forward to what Bianca's doing. Man, she's worked her tail off. Didn't get the NXT shot. Well, got the NXT shot. Never quite got it. Went to SmackDown. Won, women's championship. We're built. We're invested. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, Becky Lynch is back, and two moves. Like, come on, bruh.
Rock bottom out of nowhere. A sloppy rock bottom on top of that.
So, for me, there's so much good things that wrestling can bring in like easily the next 5 or 10 years. I mean, a lot of people are building up. The forbidden doors are being opened up, with New Japan and Impact and AEW. Like, there's some great talent, and I don't see why we have to sell for the same old BS that we've been selling for just because it's WWE. Like, if anything, WWE should be doing more. I get they've been, they're the top on all the more reason you should be on your P's and Q's. Like, show everybody that you're the company that you are. Show everyone the company, because, again, I have a black champion. It's hard to me to fully, invest in it because he's wrestling against Goldberg. And don't get me wrong. Goldberg back in the day was a monster. Ever since he's come back, he's literally been hit or miss because he's had a lot of issues, like physical issues. They're not sure when they're going to bring him back, if they're going to bring him back, and like, hey, do you have needs, or you have 65 days or whatever to get back in the shape? We want you to come back for this program.
Let's be fair, though.
Let's be fair. But
let's be fair, though. That was a decent match for Goldberg, and I think Bobby Lashley. I think a lot of that was due to Bobby Lashley, even though there were a couple little hiccups in there. Like, it was still not your typical just like 5-minute Goldberg match. They even incorporate a little story up in there. I wasn't even mad with the stoppage.
you know what it reminds me of? It's like letting your little brother play with like all the good characters in the game, and you just let them do whatever, and it's like, all right, well, yeah, you got that one. Like, I played Power Rangers fighting with my nephew, and I let him pick all the best characters. And I'm like, I'm just going to pick the worst characters and just let you win about them. That's what they do at Crown Jewel. They let the worst finishes ever happen, but then they make it count because of the Crown Jewel. You're like, hey, no, you got to accept that. Like, that actually happened. That's
same
real.
thing's going to happen with Jinder and Drew McIntyre. They kept that going with the little afterbirth with that same program. Like, those are the two Crown Jewel matches. Like, those are going on Crown Jewel, and both those guys are getting their victories back. You know what I'm saying? Jinder's going to get to win in India, or my fault, in Saudi Arabia. Dang, I feel real bad for even getting those two confused. And and then the other one.
Can you imagine in a tag team match though? Could you imagine them doing like a tag team match, Goldberg and Jinder, and those guys will win?
What are y'all doing
against Lashley and McIntyre?
What are y'all doing?
Listen, we all know. Here's the sad part. We all know this will more than likely happen because this is unfortunately what they do.
Well, I don't have
and
to
it's
watch
sad
it no more.
because
like
I feel like wrestling across.
It's a lot of wrestling. I don't have to watch it no more.
Oh my god, I ain't even about to go there, bro. Like, yeah,
I don't have to watch it no more.
We got Ali with oh boy, so you know they're about to be on Crown Jewel out the gate, and they're winning. Whoever they take on, yeah, they might just be the tag team champions after Crown Jewel, bro. So
here we go.
Goldberg's winning the title at Crown Jewel, and Ali and Mansoor are winning the tag team titles, bro. Like, that's how predictable. Watch that happen. That's crazy. That's gonna happen, my nigga. Yo, with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, I hate to keep going back to this, but man, this reminded me of Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, only in the sense that you went in a fan of Becky Lynch, and then at the end, after 26 seconds, right? It only took 26 seconds. But like when Daniel Bryan said, "Fickle." You just turned on,
like,
you turned on me in 56 seconds. I turned on you, Becky. I turned on you. I had your back, Becky. But after that, you just like, yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. Even for you to even accept that.
But just look at it.
You should have to bat for her.
Look at it from this perspective. Right, like, I mean, just between both of y'all, like, overall knowledge of wrestling, like, of all the audibles you could call. That's the one that they settled on. Like, just go ahead and do
I would have did what you said. They could have just had a face off. Becky did not need to win the title that night.
They could have rocked that out and had a disqualification. But if they would have had a match, a legitimate match, that would have been the biggest match on the card. This is a potential WrestleMania main event right here. It's the two women that actually won the main events at WrestleMania, bro. Like, that's the only person who could actually talk to Becky, because that's Becky's whole big thing that she's been running with. That's the one thing that she had over everybody else, because up until then, she was the least of the four horsewomen. That's what kind of made people get behind her, because they felt bad for her. Like, yo, man, we already see Sasha, even though Sasha always takes the L's, she still be getting her opportunities on the smaller shows, you know? But you already know Bayley and Charlotte were like, they're two people that they really were behind. You know what I'm saying? And then the other two were like, they're two who were like, all right, we can't deny them. You know, even though like we really trying to push these two, like the fans could see like these two are right there with them, you know? But with Becky, bro, like, she was always like kind of like like the one a little step behind, bro, until the Ronda Rousey thing happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Ronda, I don't even know if she wouldn't have been in the main event. I ain't trying to even be like that. Ronda's the reason they was in the main event. Ronda Rousey had that crazy debut, the WrestleMania before, which ended up being probably like the highlight of the WrestleMania, you know? And then the next year, she goes on to do the main event. Kind of like that's probably in her contract when they got her.
Okay.
I got
you think about
main event.
Right. Well, if you had to put like a personality base just overall in the four horsewomen, you have Charlotte, who's the prodigal daughter, right? The prestige. You have Sasha, who's the the hood attitude swag. You've got Bayley, who's the lovable, adorable character, and then you have Lynch, who's the rowdy Irish party, fist fight girl. As everyone has transitioned, they had a hard time with Becky Lynch having her own, right? Because then Charlotte was like, all right, I'm the prestige, but I don't give a damn no more. I don't need my dad's legacy anymore. I'm doing me. He's old. He's decrepit. I am the epitome of the right? But just think about it. So then you have Sasha Banks, who's like, all right, no, I'm going to be the fan favorite. And then it's like, well, no, I'm just going to be a better version of me. Then you've got Bayley's like, the heck with all that. I just do not care. I'm going to be me. Cut the hair, cut the inflatables. Like, I'm tired of everybody. Becky then became the man. Only worked to an extent, but then they're like, oh, hey, you're actually married. You and Seth are getting married. Let's tie this into it. That wasn't the best case scenario for her.
I hate to say
then
this.
she left. Go ahead.
I considered Sasha Banks the best out of all of them, only because on the basis that all of their best matches.
Yo, this chick never fails, yo.
Hold up, yo. Listen to what I'm about to say though. I'm about to shock you. Okay. I just said I've always had Sasha Banks as the best because everybody's best matches with Sasha Banks, from Charlotte to Becky to Bayley.
I'm not mad at
to Carmella to Bianca Belair. Her best matches against Sasha Banks, bruh. Her best matches against Sasha Banks. So like everybody's best match, with the exception of Asuka, that one I'll give to Charlotte. Maybe Rhea Ripley too, because Sasha don't really work with Rhea like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of their best matches with Sasha. But when I really think about it now, Bayley might just be the very best out of all four horsewomen, only because with Sasha Banks, while I think she has the best matches out of all of them, and while you have that thing with Charlotte Flair where she is who she is, she's wrestling royalty. Your father is who he is, so no matter what she does, she can't escape that, bruh. Like, and that's what's kind of like jacked up about her, is that she will always, I ain't gonna say because she isn't in his shadow, but no matter what she does, people are always gonna feel like you are getting these opportunities not because of how good you are, but because of who you are. Because who you are is wrestling. You're wrestling royalty by birthright.
Your current WWE Raw Women's Champion as it should
I know
be.
it got to be frustrating for the other women. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man. Like, that's because when you see a Bayley, you see a Sasha Banks, like they grew up wrestling fans who want to be pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? While Charlotte wants to be a volleyball player and everything but a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Until she was an adult. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the difference between a person who, so like I can't, and that's not to knock Charlotte or nothing like that, but it's like I can't just act like I'm saying she is who she is. She's Ric Flair's daughter, bro. That's who she is, bro. She's Ric Flair. What you just said? What's the second?
Flair.
Flair, bro. Like that is why.
Better than that bank.
I think that you should with the women's division, and I always go back to like 2014, 2015, 2016 Lucha Underground, right? Lucha Underground to me was one of the best runs in wrestling ever. It is slept on, but the matches that were in Lucha Underground were A1.
That's
The
how it became a thing
storytelling
of Pentagon.
was A1.
Fire.
Even the women having their match, everyone was layered to where you cared about each individual, and then you cared about their interactions with one another. They didn't interact with each other every single time, but when they did, it was significant. WWE is so many people, they can't create a consistent level of interest with everyone as a whole. We also have to remember what made the Attitude Era so like significant, and there was something going on across the board. You might not have cared about the Job Squad, but the Job Squad was wild. You might not have cared about the Ministry of Darkness, but they were wild. Look at how the team did with the Hardy Boys and Edge and built up so they later became singles, right? Look at how everything Gilbert, like Steve Blackman, everything had layers. You could watch at some point. Every title mattered, every interaction mattered, even if it was goofy. Like some stuff was a little over top because it's Vince Russo, but you were invested in tune to every single thing. That's what made the Monday Night Wars cool because you invested in everything. Now they have so much going on, they can only focus on one person. So Charlotte normally gets the top of it because it's Charlotte and she's really good. But she is one that's like, hey, I'm the new Flair. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm the new Flair. Respect me, acknowledge me.
Turn your mic up. I'm the new Flair. But Flair has started something.
But here's the thing, though.
You started
everyone else in the Four Horsewomen should be able to do that as well because they all bring something to the table. Everyone should be able to do that. Hey, even Naomi. Naomi was popping and wilding for a time being, but then they gave her a gimmick that's like, hey, you're the Neon Negro. Let's go on the and this is all you do. Now, she's very talented and can have very, very good feuds with everybody, but I don't feel like she's giving her just this.
Relax him. He called Naomi the Neon Negro. Relax him.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, I can't. That was funny.
I love Naomi.
That was funny. God damn.
I love Naomi.
Oh my God.
I love Naomi.
You know what?
I have her Funko.
Yo, Vishay has broken a record. Vishay has did something groundbreaking on OE Wrestling. We're going to have championship moments, and Vishay has the first title. The Negro.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Wins the title, ladies and gentlemen. The champion of OE Wrestling tonight, the Neon Negro.
Listen,
man, Bianca already got buried, man. Now you gonna bury another sister, man? What's up with that, bro?
No,
what are you doing?
I love Naomi. I love Naomi with it. Like Naomi is one of the best wrestlers, the best talents out there. We got how they've been showcasing her is that they haven't been showcasing her talents. They haven't been showcasing her growth and development on the mic. I want more from Naomi. That's what I'm saying. I want more from Naomi. But to give me
that's gonna lead to that too. I think after this,
he's going to try.
I think after that phrase, something that's just gonna be in the air. They're gonna be like, "We need to pit Naomi with the family." Like her whole gimmicks.
I wanted Naomi to be the champion for a long time. I've always wanted her and Bianca to have. I want Naomi and Bianca to have a WrestleMania moment, the same way Sasha and Bianca have. I think Naomi's that good. The issue is the same thing that Naomi, look what WWE did with Apollo. What we used to call Apollo in the group. What we call Apollo before he went to his group.
Well, now I'm at the hit you to relax. Hold on. That guy.
But think about it. Apollo is very talented. Apollo is very good. But
no, he is. No, he really is. No, for real.
But you know what I'm saying? Like the issue is we can either be the happy-go-lucky here. I'm just here to smile. I'm just here to have a good time, or I have to be the super angry person. We can't be the layers in between. That's why the Hurt business was dope, because it's like, you know, we're in the business of hurting people, but we've got swag. You know, there's the main reason why we rock with the original part of the New Day. Everyone's like, oh, it's like the new version of Nation of Domination. No, that's not what it was. We watched 3 individuals link up and say, hey, we won't change. We're trying to take our careers and do something. Now, the New Day, the way it turned out, still great, but they had the power and control to do those things. I feel like not everyone else has that power and control because, again, it's Vince. So we're not getting them to their abilities. I want Naomi to be great. I want every black wrestler to be great as best as they can. I know it's WWE, so they funnel everyone to be in, it's a Highlander mentality. There can only be one. There can only be one great champion. They can never layer it and have a plethora of great talent. That's the issue that WWE has had for years. If they scoop all the talent and go, well, we've got nothing for you. Like, how long we've been having this discussion since the group has been created? They have so much talent, but people have nothing to do. How do you not have something to do for anybody through all your content? Naomi is great. I want Naomi to be successful. And the problem is with the women's division, they don't have any consistency. So if it's the four horsewomen of the line, you have the Natalias and the Naomis and everyone else falling to the wayside. But then you build them up. Now you got, okay, now Rhea Ripley's coming in. Okay, cool. What about her? Oh, got that. So then bring her up for. That's been the the curse of the NXT.
Are people really gonna sit down and watch Natalya versus Naomi in the main event of WrestleMania, or niggas gonna try to beat trafficking?
It depends on how you build the storyline. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you told me I would be watching like Killshot, Isaiah Swerve in a like war match in Lucha Underground, and it's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I watched it, and it was an amazing feud. They weren't either in the the Lucha Underground World Title, but they told a story. You give people the ability to tell a story the way that they can naturally, and the fans invest in it. That's what's going to happen. Again, the biggest issue with WWE as a whole in the past 7-8 years, people were telling stories. The fans were invested. And Vince goes, no, I didn't put my name on it. You all have to enjoy this story instead. We like the natural, organic story. The main reason with Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, all that thing was because everyone was naturally doing it in their own way. We enjoyed it, and they took it away from us.
No, I agree, definitely. Oh my God.
But no, I've got nothing but love for Naomi. Don't take this wrong. I love Naomi, but I'm just saying that's what Vince has been giving us. But that's
Naomi even on the SummerSlam, and she became a topic. Next up, we got Brock Lesnar returning, man. Like, what do y'all think about that, man?
Oh, I was all for it. I'm all for it. Brock Lesnar looked like a level 3 boss. He bossed up. He was the boss of the game. Somebody defeated the boss, and now the boss is even stronger. Brock Lesnar, I am all for it. I am all for it.
Brock Lesnar might be the M. Bison of WWE.
All for it.
Hey, that's like some Streets of Rage.
But that's what Brock is. That's why I never had a problem with Brock. Because even though, yes, Brock suplex, this and that, he's supposed to. Somebody is supposed to feel like that. Somebody is supposed to feel undefeated. Like, yo, like I said to you, it's a video game. The bosses only had finishers.
He might be Shao Kahn. He might be Shao Kahn.
Who have side jab, uppercut, left kick. Ain't no boss doing all of that. What are you talking about? Brock Lesnar character is perfect. Y'all hate it. Y'all supposed to be mad. Y'all not supposed to like him, first of all. So, like, the people that do like him, we just hardcore fans and we know what he can do. But the ones that don't like him and hate his move, you're supposed to. He's a heel. Let's bring it back to old school wrestling. Heels and faces. You saying WWE don't do that no more. Well, Brock Lesnar is a heel. Boo. Yes, there you go. After you done chanting for this man, the next show, you're going to boo him. It's fine. He's doing his job. Suplex, 1, 2, 3. Next show. That is how you're supposed to do it. When you're Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles shouldn't be doing that. Don't make sense.
That was another.
Now, Bobby Lashley should be doing that.
I expect that. That's oh my God. I'm so glad you just reminded me, bro.
He needs to go that way. Bobby Lashley needs to fight like Brock Lesnar.
He's about to lose.
I want people to be annoyed by that.
I'm annoyed at the fact that Brock Lesnar has returned for the 20th time
And it's not going to happen to Bobby Lashley.
And he is ducked Bobby Lashley this entire time. If you don't wrestle Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar is scared of Bobby Lashley.
Person with asthma. Okay.
Went on record.
You can
Bobby
fix
Lashley
this.
went on record several times saying, I only came back because I wanted to have a match with Brock.
You can fix this in a WWE way. You can fix this in the WWE way.
Person, which party is the one who ain't on board yet? It's Brock.
Like, if I get Brock versus Bobby series, I'll be excited. I think that'd be a great way to, because I have no idea. I have no idea what WWE is gonna do. I mean, just when I think they do something.
I hope Brock Lesnar come out on Raw and talk about he's back, and I hope Bobby Lashley saying no, you're not going to SmackDown. They can WWE do stuff like that. They can do that. If WWE pulled that trigger, it worked for me. I understand why you had Brock come out for Roman Reigns for all the gas and stuff. It was perfect, honestly. And then you even tease for another maybe future, because you know WWE would tease you a match that'll never happen. So you can tease Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman thing. We could wait for that, but have him come out on Raw because it's a return to Raw. It's the after show. So you have him come out, talk about he's back. Don't even let him talk too much. Honestly, let Brock Lesnar come out. The fans go crazy. He grabbed the microphone. Bobby Lashley come out. And there you
easiest
go.
way to do it, have MVP come out and say, hey, the Hurt Business is completely taken over Suplex City. You got to come back.
That's a wrestling bar.
City down
That's
and build an empire.
Bar. We know we going Brock and
the island of Almighty Suplex City is gone.
Dre, I agree with you. It could happen, but the only reason why I say it might be a chance of it not happening because that's too difficult for Vince to be like, yo, who's going to take that L? I think Cena, everybody was talking about the Cena one. Me personally, I didn't think Cena was going to win because even though it was a good match, not taking nothing away from it, but business-wise, I didn't think Roman was going to lose to Cena. Not only because of stipulation, because of Roman is Vince's guy right now. Right now. So Roman is not, there's a chance they might not fight now because I don't see Brock beating Roman for the title either.
You know, it's funny. I don't see that either. But what I do find funny though is, dang, I'm petty little shit like this, but when Cena came out with the shirt on that said 16-time champion, I just said, yeah, you're not winning. Like, bruh, like if you would have came out with that 17, like this is it, bro. Today's number 17, you know? Like, bro, all right, history about to be made.
Especially being a John Cena character.
Concession stands and everything ready to sell out. You know what I'm saying? Nah. As soon as I saw that it was 16, I was like, oh, nah, bro. He's not getting 17,
hey,
bro.
I gotta head off here real quick. I'm gonna go hang out with the nephew, but I just want to shout out for a couple minutes, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. Much love and respect. Man, hey, keep the brand growing, man.
Cut a rug. Keep cutting the rug, my brother.
Man, great insight too.
Hey, about to do things, man. About to try to do big things soon. I'll keep y'all updated.
All right, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
That's a decent way, you know, to segue into the second half.
NXT TakeOver. Dang, I'm glad he said that because there's only 30 minutes until NXT TakeOver begins. At least the pre-show. I believe it starts up.
The pre-show. So NXT TakeOver is tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And what a card! SummerSlam happened. Rampage happened. SmackDown happened. You have to believe, out of all things, TakeOver should not go last because they always try to outshine everybody. And I believe they had the card to do it.
TakeOver is 100% about the TakeOver is 100% about to steal the show as far as in reach.
You know what TakeOver can do? You know what? Forget it. Bring out HBK.
100%.
Just bring out HBK for no reason. Let HBK come out tonight. Give TakeOver some shine. Come on, Triple H. You hear the talk. You hear the chatter. Let's prove Vince wrong. Tonight is the night. This is Adam Cole's last TakeOver.
This is the end of an era, bro. This is the end of Triple H's TakeOver, though. You know what I'm saying? This is the last one without everybody else throwing their hand in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Like Triple H had the perfect recipe, and after this one, we don't know what we're gonna get. We don't know what direction we're gonna go.
This
You know?
card is fire. You hear me? Just because in ring wise, this card is fire. Let's start off with the pre-show. I think these are the breakout stars. Trey Baxter versus Ridge Holland. Didn't see much on them, but I'm gonna go with Ridge Holland.
Hold up. What match are you talking about?
The pre-show match with the breakout stars is Ridge Holland versus Trey Baxter.
For real? I thought it was two black dudes in the finals.
Oh well, here it says pre-show Ridge Holland versus Trey Baxter. Maybe
it's Odyssey Jones and the finals is Odyssey Jones and what's up the black dude that fought Adam Cole. I got him on my GM Wars. That's why I'm mad I can't remember his name right now. Carmelo something.
Ridge Holland. Maybe not. They're not doing the breakout star match, but on here it says pre-show match. Ridge Holland versus Trey Baxter. So I guess we go to the main card.
Maybe that's
it. Let's start off with the main card. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope it is in the order I am about to read it. We will start off with Dragunov versus Walter for the NXT UK title. All right, I'm going to say this. Fan-wise, as a fan, I got Walter. I want Walter to win. I want Walter to really be that champion. Because when Walter, wherever he goes, he needs that aura automatically. Stop playing him. The way he went to the main roster, y'all did him on SummerSlam. I'm not going to forget that. That's WWE problem, too.
They did him on Monday Night Raw, losing to Seth Rollins like that.
Oh, come on. All right. So Dragunov versus Walter, who do you have? This is my official prediction.
This is what kills me, bro. I feel like they're going to give it to Dragunov. But, man, like you said, I want Walter to win, man. I think they had match of the year last year. I don't think that was just match of the year. I think that was, like, the best match I've seen in years, bro. Like, that is up there. That is up there with me, honest to God. That is up there just as good as Adam Cole's matches with Gargano during their feud. The same thing with Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano. The same thing with Omega and Okada. Like, it was one of those matches, bro. Like, that is a timeless match to me, bro. I could always.
I'm not gonna hold you. Walter's underrated because I feel like he always had timeless matches.
And I love, like, and that's what I was just about to say, right? Right out my mouth.
Saying that, I will never forget Walter versus Pete Dunne.
I was about to say Tyler Bate, bro. That's Tyler Bate. The Pete Dunne was fire too, bro. Like both Pete Dunne matches. Because he had two Pete Dunne matches. He had the one where he beat him for the title, and then he beat him in the rematch for the title.
Yeah, TakeOver one.
Man, Walter has slaps with everybody he's up in there with, bro. Like, he's a match of the year every time he's in there, man.
I agree.
I think it's smart to start with him. I would think it would be this is the last Adam Cole. Adam Cole's closing again.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Dragunov too, but I really want to pick Walter. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I got Walter. Hopefully Triple H do something crazy. Let's go, Walter.
Got Dragunov.
Oh yeah, Walter probably going to NXT or the main roster. All right. I got Walter. I know I'm wrong, but I got Walter. Second match. Here we go. I need the next match. This is definitely going to be her best match, or I think it is. It's Raquel Gonzalez, the NXT Women's Champion, versus Dakota Kai, Swag Kai.
Team kick all day. You already know, man. Dakota Kai, it's her time, bro. That's all I got to say.
Shout out to Hartford, Connecticut. Y'all will get this. Kick. So team kick for Dakota Kai.
Definitely got to go for Dakota Kai. She just like Bayley, and this was what I was going to say. I never made the point why I was starting to think, even though I still got Sasha as my number one. What Bayley was like such the baby face in NXT. Like, her and Sami Zayn were like the heart and soul at NXT, like right before it like started to pop off, really, you know? Mm-hmm. And like, she was such a baby face that you could not see her as anything else. Kind of like, I'm not even going to use that reference. Let me switch the reference.
There we go.
Yeah, she was a baby face to the point where you just think like she can't be a heel. And for her to be such a good heel and it's totally different from her baby face, it's like a completely new character.
A great.
I gotta give her her flowers for that. Because even when Sasha is a good a baby face or a heel, she's still got that main character. It's like it's the same person, just doing good acts or doing bad acts. Same thing with Charlotte. Even when Charlotte decides to be a baby face, her character's so strong that her character doesn't really change so much as just her actions change. Whereas like that's just a completely different character. The whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I got to give Bailey her doing that regard. They all excel in something, man. It's kind of hard to just say who's.
Before we get further in the card, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do on OE Wrestling. This man finisher would be something nasty. It would definitely hurt. Maybe a twisting neck breaker off of the top rope.
Who we got? Who we got
This
join?
man is a guru in every topic you didn't know.
We gotta be talking about
Fellow Dre, if he was in GMO War video game, if he was in GMO Warrior video game,
Gino,
he would be part of the Brotherhood. Ty Electra, the host of A&G podcast. Gino.
Yo, what an intro. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
As soon as he said expert, I was like, it's either Ari or Gino.
I'm humbled that you think I'm an expert and flat at the same time. I am neither, or I'm just a journeyman and a nigga who likes to read. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
How you doing? We talking about NXT TAKEOVER, which is tonight.
Yes, I'm excited. I saw the link. I was like, oh shoot, we already started. Everybody's pulling up to the cast to watch it together.
Yeah, we already did SummerSlam a little bit, but give me your prediction for Dragunov versus Walter for the NXT UK title.
Realistically, I think it should stay on Walter, but for story purposes wise, it needs to get off him.
Hold on, man. This is a smart man. This man is spitting already.
Walter needs to be retained as the champion, just off the strength of how strong he's booked and how NXT is about to restructure. He's somebody you will want to keep in as a champion.
Yo, that's funny that looked like you freeze frame.
But realistically wise, as far as the story goes, he needs to drop it. It needs to be the payoff for the storyline. Having him hold on to the title at the close of TakeOver would be bad as far as towards the fans. And I don't know. After SummerSlam, I don't know what to say about WWE.
Oh, see, let's be real. And I be stopping Dre, but Dre right, man. Let's be real. It's what happened after Rampage. Things switched up a little bit.
I wouldn't even say Rampage, more so that it's
or last week of wrestling to me.
Completely. I was gonna say the last week of wrestling has been one of the better weeks.
Yeah,
absolutely. But honestly, all right, we already going and knew that Cena wasn't winning the title. Mm-hmm. The minute the challenge became, if I lose, I get out of WWE.
Right.
Roman was winning.
I agree with that. Definitely 100.
That's when they messed up
So we also kind of recognized that my nigga Bill Goldberg was not winning.
No.
And
I still think Bobby should have squashed him, but
real quick, man. Got to give a shout out to some of the groups that allow us to post, our podcast in their groups. Man, I gotta definitely commend y'all. Rare Form Gaming, shout out to y'all. FWO, shout out to y'all. WWE fans updates, shout out to y'all as well, because I just seen that y'all all approved my shares in there, and I shared in a lot of groups. So to see those four, salute to y'all.
And always and foremost, shout out to OTR, definitely.
Facts.
All day, every day.
Rest in peace to Dustin. Always, you already know, one of our brothers.
Yeah. Back to the way the booking has been going for WWE, and I think we spoke about this, I believe, Andre, me and you offline, like we were, like I think it was one of the phone calls, but like the group phone calls, but it was like, hey, look, this is good for business. NXT needs to restructure. They need to. The problem with NXT was always people go to NXT and learn how to wrestle at NXT, and then when they go to the main roster, they don't know how to wrestle main roster style. And it's because it's a whole different environment and it's a different audience. And I think now we're gonna finally get the NXT that we deserve, where the NXT is an actual proper extension of WWE instead of this is trying to compete with the indie environment.
But how many people didn't know? I don't know if I agree with that statement. That they didn't know how to work main roster. But like who did y'all see that, like, wrestling wise, they didn't know how to work main? I honestly,
I'm not talking about in ring. I'm not talking about in ring.
I feel like it's booking, bro.
Right, but it's not only booking, but also character development and recognizing what the mainstream fans want, not that very select market.
I think more so than anything, I think it's perception, and I think Vince has always been a person who's big on perception. Why they always talk about the airport test and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Vince wants, because he wants to be a bodybuilder. You know, so like Vince wants those old school, muscular, big people. You know, like those larger than life people, like people that people just naturally like gravitate to. Naturally, you know what I'm saying? He wants people like like legit athletes, even though we all know the gig's up and it isn't real or whatever. He wants legit athletes in those roles. He doesn't want these indie people no more, because he doesn't want people to look like the average Joe, like just like the fan. He wants to get that person, oddly enough, who wasn't passionate about wrestling, probably mocked wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He want to go elsewhere to outsource those people and make them stars, because it's kind of like, in a sense, right now, wrestling, you can't say, because like I've said, I always want to be a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? But I always said, like, yo, it's a big man's type of thing. Like, these dudes is like 6'6", 250 pounds or whatever. I'm not trying to be a cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? But now you see the landscape, and the cruiserweights are the world champions now and everything like that. Because there's not really that. It's kind of like anybody can do it. It's for everybody. Like, as long as you know. So like I think with Vince, he's kind of.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'll let you finish this.
So it's kind of like with the NFL, like everybody wants to play in the NBA. Everybody wants to play in the NFL, but okay, well, too bad. Like you gotta have the skill for it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that requires like to have that height, that athleticism, that speed, that weight. You know what I'm saying? Those things. So like he doesn't want just like normal everyday people in those positions as his. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely fully agree with what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Well, not fully agree. I fully understand what you're saying. And I want to counter with this. We don't need fucking midgets in wrestling.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And that sounds real fucked up. That sounds real asinine. That sounds like me being an asshole. And all I'm going to say is that's what AEW for. That's what Ring of Honor's for. That's what Impact is for. That's what TNA was for.
That's exactly.
No, I'm being real. When you go to when you go to the NBA, you're the fucking pro. You're the best at your craft. You got the Euro League. That's New Japan. That's New Japan. We recognize there are competitors out there across the globe who are fucking nice at basketball, but the collective niceness is in the NBA. That's where the freak of natures and the talents exist. We also recognize, and all of us, and I'm including the viewers, can agree with this. We know a nigga on the street right now. You get that nigga $100, that nigga will probably fucking put up a solid 25 a game in the NBA right now. Easy. But that nigga he's fighting his own demons. He's fighting the other shit that he's not going to be able to make it. There's niggas we know who were, the only reason why they weren't in the NBA is because they weren't born 4 inches taller than what they are.
Right. So yeah.
So hold on. So with that being said, if I'm the coach right? And I'm trying to build a championship team, and I have all these fucking midgets, and I'm playing small ball, right? And these other niggas are just coming through with like the regular Knicks roster, like current regular Knicks roster. And I'm wondering, like, yo, these niggas is not nice. This nigga is not Michael Jordan. Why is this nigga fucking outperform? He's not Jordan. He is not Jordan. These niggas aren't nice. These are just regular niggas who like ball. And these are some niggas who have the physical skills, the physical specimen, but they're not really that nice at basketball. We should be beating them. We have better knowledge, better heart, better desire. And it's the fact of the matter is, you're not that type of athlete, pal. You're not that guy. And when we look at NXT, and I'll be real, a lot of those guys in NXT, they're not that guy. They're not that guy. They're not. It's not just the physical specimen. It's them on the mic. The only way they can work that crowd is the crowd that watches them day in and day out, who's at the same location, who's already there to be fed that type of entertainment versus niggas channel surfing, catching it. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna stay here and watch for a few minutes because this.
My thing is though, if WWE was like spread out right and wasn't so focused on one guy, some of them would be guy enough to be like mid card or something. Like we was talking about, the reason why Attitude worked, everybody felt like something. Like I don't care if they was we talk about jobbers and stuff, but we was tuned in them jobbers. Godfather come out, the crowd is going crazy. We don't care about his matches or nothing, but Godfather, the crowd going crazy. You get those taunt and you
time out. I think Godfather was a bad example because Godfather was literally paying niggas to win his match. That was part of the thing. You want to see the match?
But that's what I'm talking about. He's a mid carder. He's not that guy. He would never be in the heavyweight picture.
Papa Shango was, but not.
I give you credit. Even Papa Shango at that time. That's what I'm talking about. Like mid card, Roddy Piper technically was never that guy in WWE, but he always felt like he should be. There's people in NXT I do feel like could play that role if WWE was still structured like that. I agree. The reason why I completely agree with you now, and I have to, is because WWE feel like there's only main event and mid card don't mean nothing. When you got Shinsuke, we know in wrestling, I know he can't talk or nothing, so I understand why he's not heavyweight. I get that. But Shinsuke now is starting to feel like something. That's why I give credit to SmackDown. That's why I say SmackDown really should be on a pedestal right now because everybody means something. Even if I think you're trash, what you're doing, somebody's paying attention to. Otis is not that good to me, but he still matters though. He's not like completely jobber to me. SmackDown is a well-built show to me, if you ask me. Everybody doing something where I'm watching at me. Not saying they're the superstar to me, but they got me still in tune.
The only point of contention I have for that, and Andre, you've heard me again bitch about this too, is that the women's division for both shows suck.
Trash. I said the same thing.
And what are divisions for what divisions?
For both SmackDown and Raw suck.
Completely agree.
They decimated. They killed local. Look,
SmackDown. I wouldn't say that. For Raw, Alexa Bliss is pretty much dominated.
We can't say because
Alexa Bliss is trash
over there.
Definitely. Alexa Bliss is trash. It shows
now
she's in.
Now
SmackDown been good for the whole pandemic, bro.
Not the women's. I'll be real.
Was like one of the main.
Bailey was the star of the COVID era.
Listen. Hold on.
That's the saving grace WWE has. Is that they have a women's division and New Japan doesn't.
Hold on. I got you. Oh, it's hot.
AEW women's division only got like a Britt Baker.
Hold on.
I got you, Jay. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Before these two get their bars off, this man is the host. He don't got Bianca Belair, but ladies, he's looking and he don't care. This dude is LL Cool J Fresh. one of the co-hosts of Get Your Bars Off podcast.
Hey! Let's go.
I think it's like nobody can.
What's good, my boys? What's good, my boys?
What's going on, Ari from Get Your Bars Off? What's going on?
Bro. Man, son, I'm hearing the chats about the women's division and Alexa Bliss being the MVP of the women's division.
That's
the COVID era.
I want to clear up the statement because I see how this is getting misconstrued.
That's a nasty thought.
I don't know.
The women's division and Raw
every week.
Whoa. Okay, I do be talking over people. Ari, who said that?
I don't know. All I heard, I didn't know who. I didn't know if you got. All I heard was Alexa Bliss, MVP, COVID,
CM Dre.
Those things didn't sound right together in a sentence.
Listen,
I did not say that she was MVP or nothing.
Okay. Pardon me, guys.
As much as I like Bailey and
Ari had the relax button waiting. It was hot.
Matt Car part every week for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Son.
Yo, like she heard. It's like they heard the podcast the other day before that show went live. What did I say, Frost? I said the only thing that can make that match even watchable was if Eva Marie and Alexa Bliss came out there in something sexy. They need to do fan service because that's the only reason they're there. And that is a bad direction. That is a bad direction, bro, for WWE to be going in. Like now, what you do saying about the women wrestling, I'm over here defending them, but at the same time, they got rid of so many women wrestlers.
Wait, hold on. What's this? You're agreeing with what I said.
I'm agreeing with what you said to a certain extent.
Not to a certain extent, nigga. Say yes or no. You agree with what I said.
With me?
No. I'm not letting you do this. Hey, this ain't our show. This is this nigga Frass show. I
ain't gonna lie though. I mean, I think the women in the WWE, it's like you said though, like you were saying with your EuroLeague NBA thing. If you want to keep it in all seriousness, the WWE women division is still that. You know what I'm saying? We know it's great talent. You got the Thunder Roses out there. You got the Deonna Purrazzo's out there. So on and so forth. But you still have Charlotte here. You still have Becky here. And you still have Asuka here. You still have Rhea Ripley here. Kaylee Ray. You have Pepper. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hold on. Can you do me a favor? Hold on, real quick. I just wanted to do one thing.
No, real quick. You're not gonna disrespect Sasha Banks like that, Ari.
Okay, all right. That's fine. Wait. I cut him off.
Only at OE Wrestling Podcast.
So
I'm just saying, I can't watch her for a full year. It's hard not to.
All I want you to do is just list those women you just named.
Wow, now I can just take it off and be like, what?
List those women you named again.
Go ahead, my bad, G.
Just list those women you named again, please. I just want to point out.
Well, including Sasha Banks.
What you gonna do with the elbow pad? I heard that.
I got you, Sasha. You see how they be trying to do this?
No. The elbow pad joke was weak.
Oh, he not doing it though. He on the spot. Look at you. He put his face down. Like that kid who got caught telling the inappropriate joke in class. Come up in front and say in front of everybody now.
Say it in front of everybody.
You want to be a comedian? Be a comedian in front of the class.
Silly doing, man.
Oh shoot, yeah. But not. Like I was saying, real talk though, including Sasha Banks, though, real shit, including Sasha Banks, Bailey, get out the 4 horsewomen. You know what I'm saying? I say the crew after that too, with the like I said, the Rheas of the women they were building over in
Wait, hold on. So this is what I wanted to point out.
Go ahead.
You named 4 women, right?
Well, I was naming more.
Right, but those 4 women, right? I'm saying those first 4 women have held the title in the last year. One of those 4 women have held the title in the last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is warranted. They were
no. All 4 of them out of the 4 of them, have held the title within the year.
Yes, I'm not mad at that though. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not though.
That's a bad thing.
I don't think so.
Wait, why? Why? I hate that many. No, championships don't have to split teams. No. I like long running title reigns.
Look, you have 4 champions, right? 4 people champions, and then you're gonna name Rhea Ripley. Then you're gonna name
champion also
Nikki Ash, right?
Champion also.
Then you're gonna name Bianca.
Champion also.
That's seven champions for 2 belts in over a year.
I mean, we could also add in there. We could also add in. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that bad?
We're forgetting Naomi, also a champion.
Naomi she was a champion this last year.
Twice actually.
This last year,
not in this year, but I don't think.
Oh no! I'm just talking about this year. I'm talking about the COVID, just the COVID. That's all.
We're just talking about COVID era. Okay, I'll give you that. She was on and off TV, so I'll give you that one.
So my point being is that you had 7 women win 2 titles over the course of a year.
That's not bad.
Now listen. Hold on.
You also have 4
Oscar.
women winning
That's
tag
8
titles also.
Oscar's 8. Then you had almost all of those same women win the tag team titles.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Where it's like, look, I don't mind.
That's where you enter Shotzi and Tegan that become the tag team champions after such.
Right, but then that's when you say, hey, you know what? Let's pass off the title to, signal. Hey, if we're gonna do this, passing the belt around, let's not end back on the title being on these same women who constantly are.
Yeah, you got to put it on new blood, but that's why I say.
So what happened?
You got to get the new blood there first. But in that meantime,
and then you got to build them up.
Put it on people who know what to do with it. Not know what to do with that title.
Right. That's right. It's almost like as if when you build up a champion, you got to give him some time. Wait, is that Jobber Lane? Hey, yo, Jobber Lane, what's good?
Not Kenneth. That's the thing. I didn't even have to see the man's first name. What's good, J.O.B.? That's Big Job Squad right there.
Whoa, dude, don't do it like that. Yo,
that's my boy. That's my boy. Big Job Squad. He was definitely the 2 Cold Scorpions.
That was Daniel Bryan back in the day in the Faden, man. Me and Kenneth had a good one. Me, him, and Dustin had a triple threat match. That's the only time I actually faded Dustin was in a match with Kenneth Lane. So man,
I guess what I'm saying,
the women's division, it's I think they have really great moments, and then it's a small gap where it's like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And then the new crop comes in, and I think it's a cycle where those gaps be really bad sometimes, because it's like they set themselves at such a high standard, given what the fuck Stephanie did, you know what I'm saying? Try to put them at a high standard to work at, you know what I'm saying? And then once they live up to it, that next crop has to come in and do the same thing, or you're a dub around here.
And my thing is, they're not giving these people the opportunity. So
yeah, I think more so the time. It's not enough time.
For example,
sir, I hate to cut y'all off. But a prediction: Dakota Kai or Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Title.
Kai.
I got Kai also.
Yeah, I got Kai too. Damn.
And it's about time for Ray. It's the same thing we're going with Karrion Kross. It's not that she looks like she's not meant to be around here, but it's just like we see the grooming. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been talking about Raquel for almost a year now, with her possibly, you know what I'm saying, the rise and the ranking for her. Like they have a lot of upside for her, and we already know how that goes. But that kind of goes to the ongoing debate that we were having with NXT, me and Juno. Are they developmental or are they their own brand?
Remember, we went over this. I told you.
You know what I'm saying? They get caught.
I thought it's gonna be. Everyone's gonna be real excited. I have a personal feeling that in 2 years from now, we're gonna look back at NXT and be like, we're glad they did the pivot.
Yeah, but the thing, I think it was so bad because they get caught in between where it's like, yo, are we going to develop this person to be here to the people to love here, or is this somebody to love in the offices? You know what I'm saying? And I think they get caught in between there where it's like, we really fuck with Adam Cole so much that it's like, even the offices and the people down here love him. So it's like, what do we really do? You know what I'm saying? Do we move him up and kind of have that void where we got to kind of have that, we got to find that new amazing star like that? I think it's keep him down here and we don't know if it's going to like stunt him or not.
When you look at NXT, you have to look at NXT when they're looking at NXT now, the way they're looking at the roster is who are people here who are developed and ready to go.
Yeah.
If we say, hey, tomorrow we're gonna put you on the next big show, you're gonna be an opening match. Are you ready? How many people are? And when you look at NXT roster, you start to realize a lot of people aren't.
Adam Cole proved that hands down.
They don't.
No, I'm be real. Like,
I know.
Survivor Series. Survivor Series.
I'm emotional.
That Survivor Series, the NXT.
Last takeover, bro.
No, not even that. That NXT Survivor Series was proof that NXT has a lot of talent. And if you peep, a lot of those people are the ones getting groomed to get pulled up.
Very true, very true. And I mean, Damian Priest, like seeing how Damian Priest rise in the ranking there.
He almost injured himself 20 times from uncomfortability.
With the direction right now with Vince McMahon, you know what I'm saying, and them trying to go more for the bigger people. I'm surprised that they offered Adam Cole. They offered Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sorry, Bobby Fish. They fired Bobby Fish. Oh, I'm bugging. That's another episode, bro. I'm bugging.
All right, well, here we go. Let's go segue into the next match. The $1 million title is on the line. Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight.
LA, bro. I got LA.
Hall of Famer,
LA, you gotta keep the mystique going. Let LA get Ted DiBiase as his fucking butler. Let it happen. Then you bring Virgil back and let Virgil fucking get the win and free them all.
He's been the butler this whole time, so like.
Not even you bring Virgil back to be the butler. You get Virgil to come in and save Ted DiBiase from servitude.
Disgusting.
Unfortunately, Cameron Grimes is winning.
Cameron Grimes, what you mean unfortunately?
He's gonna win. Cameron Grimes is gonna win. I want LA Knight to win.
Unfortunately, man.
Yeah, you ain't trying to see. He ain't trying to go to the moon. I'm going to the moon. I'm going to the moon. To the moon.
It ain't even his fault why I don't like him, and he's very charismatic, bruh. But it's just ever since they did that thing with ACH.
What do you feel happened with ACH and between him and Cameron? You think it's just more so they pushed Cameron instead of ACH?
ACH beats him in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had the one match for Adam Cole, you know. But before he had that match for Adam Cole, which took like 2-3 weeks to even get to, they were featuring Cameron Grimes the next week after he lost to ACH. And he done stomped old boy out in like wins in record-breaking time. And then he goes on to like just squash people for like 2-3 weeks, making him look like he never even lost to ACH. You know what I'm saying? Whole time ACH.
I agree with you on that. I felt the same way.
Adam Cole, and then he gets benched again. While you're still pushing Cameron Grimes, like what was the point of him being the one to win the tournament, and you pushing this dude to the moon, so to speak? You know? So I'm just thinking that kind of like led to his mental breakdown in a sense. Like, yo, man, they doing me dirty over here. Like, this is. I feel like this is racist. And like when I look at his argument, I'm like, yo, man, I kind of see how you could feel some type of way, bro. Like you over here, you the dude who won the tournament, and then the dude you beat is the dude who's getting like all the big opportunities and everything like that, bro. Like,
but can we be honest though? Can we
he
be
is
honest?
good. He's a good wrestler. He's entertaining. So I understand how he got. It's just like Becky. Becky is good, entertaining, but it's like when you do something like how they did at SummerSlam with Becky.
That was nasty. That was
kind of like it's out of their control now. Even if it wasn't their call, it's kind of like out of their control. How I'm gonna feel some type of way now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feel like it wasn't Becky who made that call. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna be 100% honest, and I think there's something we all need to recognize here, is that once you reach a certain level of star power, you have the ability to say, "I'm not gonna do that shit."
That's what
So to say that Becky doesn't have that chance, doesn't have that ability, that's preposterous. And I think you're taking agency from her.
He's spitting, y'all.
To say that she doesn't have a certain level of control over her character and her gimmick. No, she does. She does.
Hold on, Dre. Go.
She does. She does. Because when they called her to come back, she could easily have said, "Hey, no, I'm not cleared." After hearing what the plan is, like, "Oh, you want me to squash her? No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not cleared." Because you want
to put up squash match. You talking about squash matches? You want to put up Kofi? You sure about that?
I mean, you had. Right, I was gonna say that whole. You see what happened.
Do that, Kofi, brother. Please don't do that, Kofi.
How did listen? Just hear me out.
Go ahead, G. I'm listening.
What would have been better for WWE?
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna let you finish.
Nah, take it off me. Take it off me. I'll let my man G. Let my man G get his bars off.
Respectfully, he's gonna finish. But we do this new thing on We Wrestling. I gave Ricochet a championship title for saying Neon Negro. That was funny. And what you just did to me, that everybody gets the title. You get the title. That's the title. You're crowned the title. Champion of the day. Here you go. All right, continue. Get your bars off. I had to give him that title though. That was crazy.
My point being,
Kofi on the screen.
If we're looking at just the Kofi situation, right, where Brock Lesnar beats him, squashes him immediately, Kofi rolls out the ring. Who comes in? Cain Velasquez. Do we hear anything about him 6 months later?
Not a damn. After Saudi Arabia, he got fired.
Right. Was Brock still holding the belt?
Yeah.
Right.
I think he was after that. Yeah.
Yeah. He held it then he dropped it to Roman.
Right.
And then he got the fuck out of there like 2 months later. Listen. We've seen WWE have a nice setup building up on where you have the Samoans table, and then you have Hurt Business built up. What they do? They implode Hurt Business right before Survivor Series, so we don't get the Survivor Series match.
That was so weird, but
and I'll be real. Just hear me out. You have had Spear versus Spear,
right?
And you had Shelton Benjamin, who's clearly a veteran player.
Yeah, he would have got Cedric up to speed to get with the episodes.
Legit is considered one of the best wrestlers ever hired by WWE. Who's one of the few people who, and it's crazy to say this, who can best Brock Lesnar at wrestling consistently.
Oh, turn your mic up.
Like a lot of people,
they keep him around. I feel like they keep him around for his mindset.
No, he's actually.
He just don't want to be a producer. Like, nigga, I still can go in the ring. I ain't about to.
Right, he's a technical. He's one of the technical and physical specimens. He's one of the wrestlers who learned and developed a good skill. They just gave him bad gimmicks, like the fucking gold standard with his mom, which was just a bad. Anyway. Horrible. But the point being is WWE pulled the plug on that. We didn't get that, right? We had Bray Wyatt, who everyone was saying, don't put Bray Wyatt in title matches, because if you put him in title matches, you're not going to be inclined to let him win when he's supposed to and lose when he's supposed to.
They don't know how to book him.
And what happens? Like Bray Wyatt, it was simple. Like that's a guy you don't put in a championship match. But you can have him fight a champion, and you can say, nah, this has to be a non-title match. And like, fine, now I get to wild the fuck out. And you have him decimate someone. And you have somebody coming in cash.
Not to really go into that, but I do think they kind of figured that in the first half of his stint with that character. But the second half, when he started using it as, I'm looking for my toy or things like that, using it as a figment object other than looking at it as his like grandiose championship, it kind of like made it a little better for his storylines. Where it's not, we're not looking at it as the big expectations of a championship match. No, he just sees it as a object in his life that, you know what I'm saying, he's holding right now in this story. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I get with that.
But to swing it back to the whole situation, I think the match we were talking about was for the $1 million
title,
the $1 million championship. The reason why I see with what you were saying with Cameron Grimes, Dre, I think it's just where NXT really, with Ciampa being out, well, them kind of, I think it was the time they were experimenting, or he was out at the moment, or just on the brinks of coming back. They needed a fresh heel. I don't think they had a fresh heel like that in a good while, and he came through like lightning. You know what I'm saying? We already knew he could talk on the mic very well if you watch him from his, you know what I'm saying, Impact or PWG or whatever that nature, Trevor Lee. But he's always been good at what he does. So I wasn't surprised that he kind of got the ball rolling pretty early. But I do very understand where it's like, rules is rules, my nigga. Like, if you're going to say this is the guy that's going to win the tournament, then put the eyes on him if he's going to go against the champion. You know what I'm saying?
It felt like to me, and this isn't even a fair analogy because they came in exactly at the same time, but it felt like when you're working at like a job and you could be there for like years and shit, and then like you have like that white person that come in like a year or two after you, and you see them get the promotion before you, and you're just like, how the hell this nigga get the promotion before me? And I've been like, busting, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you, bro. I feel
like,
you.
he just like skipped the line. It's like he's a good worker and everything. So just like, bro, like I hate that I like have that against him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more so with a Becky Lynch, she can like call. You know what I'm saying? An audible.
I just really think that was just a weird occurrence.
But
That's not weird occurrence. It's not weird.
Cameron Grimes, I don't think it was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Where he's completely out of it, where he really ain't got no say so. You know what I'm saying? But I feel bad.
Hey,
I do.
Girl, you say nothing.
Fault that I do for some reason. I just being honest.
All right, for the NXT,
but I do. Like I said, I do got Grimes winning that also. I think most people think that, I think it's going to be the end of the story.
For the NXT World Title is Karrion Kross versus Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe gonna
Joe.
Like,
I think this match is gonna be fire.
I think they need to get Kross the fuck out of NXT.
Kross needs to go. That whole little main roster, I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
No.
They don't execute it well.
After what I've seen on Monday Night Raw, Kross needs to stay. You need to be like, yo, Vince, I've had a change of heart. I don't want to headline WrestleMania no more. I don't want to be on WWE Raw no more. I want to stay on NXT where I look like a monster. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it total. He really, but I ain't gonna lie. Kross is needed on Monday Night Raw.
He is needed. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think I'll be real. Monday Night Raw.
Needed. Needed.
Monday Night Raw needs three things. Three things to save it. But Kross isn't one of them. Kross.
I say no. He's not.
No, I'm saying Kross.
He's a piece.
I think he's needed more at NXT than at Raw, and that's because. Well, honestly, that whole Undisputed Era should have moved up as a group to Raw, and let them run rough shot all over.
You see how Roger Strong?
We all been saying that it's not gonna happen.
No, you let them jump people going in. Just keep them out the main title.
We've been saying that for years since OB Wrestling Podcast episode 4. We've been even arguing on the episode saying that we all been predicting that.
That would have been the smartest thing, and then you give Kross a solid 2-3 year run down there, and you let him build up his character to where when he transfers, he's going to have a fan base that's going to transfer with him.
But see, that's the thing about Kross. His character is already built. He already got the shit here for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it, where it's like, once again, he doesn't really need the development. His character is already built. He needs to go work with the main roster guys.
Like, I'll be real. I would rather see Dexter move up before I see Kross. Dexter and Dexter. I would it sounds stupid. Just hear me out. You move Kross up to Raw. Where are you putting them? You're putting them in what? You're not putting them up against Bobby Lashley.
No,
yes, Right. No. You see how you said right now? You see why you said right now? What I'm saying is he's one of those people whose character is built up enough where you just let him build his fan base up. And when he transitions, he get that huge pop off the first time walking in.
But see, that's the thing. He shouldn't be wanting to pop. That's the thing.
No. You can have
not want to pop at all.
No, that's the certain characters.
The way I would agree with having.
Karrion does it. He's not even like a tweener.
No. But
I'm not gonna watch Raw anyway, so I would rather have Dexter Lumis on Raw and be able to skip Raw altogether.
No, just hear me out. Just hear me out. When you talk
on SmackDown,
just hear out the psychology behind this. You take a character like Kross, right? And you bring him in when you have a situation where you have two baby faces about to face off, which they happen all the time, right? And they don't want to make somebody look like a bad guy, right? You have him where it's like, look, I've been waiting down in NXT. My character's big enough now where I don't need the title, where I can just, like, Samoa Joe really doesn't need the NXT championship, right? His character is built up in the NXT at the point where it's like, we know he means business when he's in the match. We know at any point he could be that motherfucker. Kross is at that level, but Kross doesn't have the fan base behind him at that point.
In my rebuttal is that I don't think Kross is going to get that in NXT. What you're talking about, that thing, I don't think he's going to get that from NXT. Me personally, even though I think Cross and Samoa Joe is going to be fire, when you talk about hype and getting your eyes on, I will always say it. Him versus Escobar was like his best match to gain eyes on him. That attracted so many people because, first of all, that was two people that wasn't main stars, and that match made us look at both of them on that level. They both got pushed to that. So Cross, his haters is there. Cross is at his limit.
No. You're saying everything I want. You're saying everything I want to hear. Keep on going.
I hear what you're saying. With
No.
What I'm saying, I agree with you with certain people. It will work with how you say with Cross, but I don't think that will work with Karrion Kross. Him being long in NXT any longer is not going to do nothing for him. That's how I feel. I don't think you're going to gain so much more fans. I don't think it's going to be a dramatic amount of fans than him going to the main roster now. He can slowly lose, and then him being a monster. That's how the main roster works. Like, we see people lose one day and then become damn near champions. Jinder Mahal, like, I could go on, but Jinder Mahal is the best.
I got one perfect point that you made for me. Was that at NXT, he'll probably have better matches there than he would on Raw, right?
Karrion Kross?
I think he was bringing up that one. I don't think he has too many.
No, I'm saying you would have, if he was on Raw versus NXT, where would the better matches be populated at?
Me personally, with Karrion Kross style,
I mean, you could put anybody in that equation.
Because I think you have good matches with Drew McIntyre on the Raw platform. I think you have good matches if you get the Bobby Lashley on a Raw on a WWE main basis platform.
Him versus Riddle would be crazy.
Yes, like Randy Orton even. Like, to be real, I can see Randy Orton versus Clark. I'm not saying it's going to be a 10-star match, but the story and the match is going to go together. That will make what happens on NXT better. If that makes sense. Like I said, I'm one of those.
I get what you're saying.
I love story. And sometimes that's what the main roster do have better than sometimes have better than
Raw doesn't have better stories than NXT though. That's
I agree with you on that.
Like, I'm just looking, if I'm looking at the character and I want to maximize the best uses for this character, right? For Kross, and I wouldn't bring him.
I give Kross versus Damian Priest if you want to talk about storylines that can be able to like help both characters. You know what I'm saying? Things is a good clash for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
I think for him on Raw.
I think right now Damian Priest needs to get a few legit. He needs to beat a few legit people besides, like, to solidify his U.S. title reign.
That's true. No, that's true. That's true.
And but this is what I'm saying. This is those moments where it's like, all right, who else is this? Oh, you got Babyface standing there, and with Priest, like, yo, hey, I've been waiting in the wings for this chip. I'm waiting for my shot. And then you have Kross fucking come out. Oh shit, that's Kross from fucking NXT. Oh my God, what's he doing here on Raw? And you have him smoke this shit. No, what I'm saying is you have him smoke the shit out of fucking whoever that challenger is, and you say, nah, I want number one contender. And then you build up like that. I mean, you can almost fix the shit that happened with Jeff Hardy, but almost.
I mean, they trying.
Yo, bro, they definitely can. Like, come on now. It's WWE. Like,
yeah, they definitely can.
We've seen trash shit happen, and they do something to try to make you forget it. Like, I mean, they can easily erase what happened. Because in WWE mind, when we start something new, whatever happened in the past, you don't remember unless we bring it up.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, this is the real problem with WWE with as far as just the way they recycle gimmicks is they don't let characters evolve, so they just take you off screen and repackage you more or less. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And you see what happened with Retribution. They took them off screen, repackaged them. The fans figured out who they were, and what happened. It's pretty much end for that. They started off pretty strong, and then they were just like, nah.
They started off strong?
They started off pretty strong. It had a little interest in it. It was like, okay, Retribution seems interesting. This seems like this could be something. And within 2 weeks of their introduction, it was like, this is trash.
I thought it was trash.
I ain't gonna lie. I like the premise of what they were trying to do, but it didn't flesh out. The vision wasn't like fleshed out all the way. I don't think so.
No, and then
I kept the same energy because I do.
Raw Underground also was like a horrible concept. Like,
I didn't like.
There was a lot of things that were going on at that time that was just bad for the whole the product at all overall. and like them cutting the rope, like stupid shit that just didn't work well.
It was different people that wasn't. Come on now, like I didn't like it from the get, bro. It started off with a whole bunch of midgets. You just say take midgets off my TV.
Right. No, but again, the concept is interesting if you're gonna go do something with it. If you're not gonna do something with it, it just doesn't make sense. I don't want to see fucking Chad Gable run around fucking wrestling Big Show. You know what I mean? It's only interesting to a certain point, to where it's like Big Show just needs to really just lay on top of him and pin him every match. That's it.
All right, well, it's 7:55, and there's one more match to announce. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, 2 out of 3 match, which I think this is Adam Cole's final takeover.
Yo, Ari, I think you got some feedback in your background.
Oh, my bad. That's probably my air conditioner. Oh, my bad. Pardon me. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Say it again, Fresh.
No, I was saying the final match, Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, 2 out of 3 falls. And this is, to me, Adam Cole's final takeover. I really feel that way. I don't know if he's going
when you say like that,
the main roster, or I'm going to be real, I don't want to be that guy. I always fight to be that guy. But, man, there is a chance he might go to the other side. There's a chance. It's too much history.
AEW?
It's legit. Loved one.
I thought they already gave him the bread.
I thought he already signed the contract. Took the $1 million contract.
I missed that. I didn't know if
he got that bread, bro.
Oh, then I think he's going to the main roster.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think.
Oh, I'm watching Raw. I might watch Raw, y'all.
I don't think
YouTube.
I don't think it would be a good idea for him to go to Raw.
No,
yeah, he's a SmackDown guy through and through.
I hear y'all. Trust me, I'm an Adam Cole fan. I want him on SmackDown. But y'all gotta be real. Unless they do the trade shit very, 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 very soon, going to Raw, like Raw needs help. Like SmackDown is too damn good. Like Raw needs help. Forget competing with AEW. Let's take AEW out of it. Let's talk about Raw, NXT, SmackDown.
NXT is about to start.
Please put me in that order. I know it's about to.
I think we need to wrap it up, y'all.
Yeah, anyway, on the final prediction. So, who you got?
I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna lie. On the lowest of keys, I think last 2 out of 3 falls, Adam Cole lost. I'm gonna go Cole with this one.
Man, this is Adam Cole's swan song right here, man. Like, what happens from here? If Adam Cole doesn't re-sign to WWE, I really don't know.
I thought he already signed.
That's what I'm saying. He definitely resigned.
He did an extension until this pay-per-view.
Oh, till this pay-per-view.
That's what I'm about to say. I didn't hear about him. That's what I say. He might go to AEW. That's still out there. His loved ones over there.
From the other day,
they want A1. And I love to keep repeating this. People forget. One of the original members of the Elite was Adam Cole.
He's dead.
That don't mean.
Bro, they did the Adam Cole. Bring that story back. So fire, bro.
You know they're gonna have Adam Cole hand come out of a grave or something like that. You know AEW do. It's easy. It's AEW. They'll easily turn this way.
That'd be fire, bro. I think with direction 2, man, that would be the smarter move for him. He's painfully small on the WWE roster, bro. Like if they're not gonna keep him on NXT, you know what I'm saying? Then I think his best bet would be AEW.
He's still young and love wrestling. It's not like he got the mindset of Shinsuke. Shinsuke is fine with the main roster. I mean, he's in a great spot right now.
I could see Adam Cole.
He's a bad example right now because Shinsuke is living it up. He's living his best life right now.
I was gonna tell you like 2 years ago, Shinsuke been.
Yeah, one of the best match performances for the pay-per-view.
Yo,
right?
and I want to say this. I'm glad we here because I didn't say this on the SummerSlam recap. Oh my God,
Yo, who has that wild feedback?
Yeah, I heard that too.
That was Andre.
That was nasty. That was a nasty feedback right there. But
yeah, like I don't know.
This is what I wanted to say. Hold on, before I close out this show, because NXT TAKEOVER is about to start. I will have to say this. Yo, go. Yo, championship of SummerSlam, I'm giving it to Pat McAfee. Finally, he was on a pay-per-view, and he did. This man is a commentary. A fan that was hired to be commentary.
This nigga out here speaking. Your mic is speaking Zoshan, nigga. We can hear it whistling, clicking.
Oh, mine? I'm whistling?
That's you, Andre? This joint is over there just whistling and clicking, bro.
Yeah, singing
songs.
He dipped.
Yeah,
get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Oh, man.
But would y'all rate TakeOver before it starts?
I see it potentially being 4.5 out of 5.
I can see that.
Just because
what you got?
I'm feeling the same way. I'm banking on that Walter and Ilya match to really be the match of the night for me.
I need Walter to win. I'm saying
Samoa Joe needs to have a match of the night. He needs to prove that he still got something in the tank, or else if his match is anything beyond a B plus, anything below a B plus, he is gonna be real bad for his eyes on Joe.
I think the only way he can go is just will he be all right after?
Right, that's the B plus part.
You already know Adam Cole, man. Adam Cole steals the show. Adam Cole doesn't fail. It's 2 out of 3. This is Adam Cole, maybe his last takeover. Is Adam Cole night? He's gonna put over Kyle O'Reilly. I think he is. That's his boy. So what a way to go out to losing to your boy.
That's true. That's true.
Which I want to shout out y'all platforms, which I got going on, where they can find you. We'll start with you. Let's go.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, High Exotica, running the A&G, Andre and Gino anime and gaming podcast. You guys, we're going to be putting out new episodes probably next week. We're going to be doing, hopefully we get 2 done. One on some gaming one, and I think the next one is going to be an anime one as well.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man.
You already know, man. Irish Starks, Get Your Bars Off podcast, man. Look out for SummerSlam, but just look out for a nice wrestling recap we're going to be doing. It's been a crazy week of wrestling. You already know what it is, man. I have to come up here and just give a little, you know what I'm saying, chat it up with my boys real quick, but look out for that, man. We're going to be talking some OnlyFans news, man. A lot of crazy shit on the docket for the next show, so look out for that. But, man, Get Your Bars Off podcast, man. Shout out to the whole team. You already know, man. Bang, bang.
Yo, this man was so ready. He's professional now. I clicked on him. He's like, yeah, this is already started. You had it right in front of you.
Right.
This is crazy.
Media trained.
Yeah, I see. I need to catch up because I'm rude. I'm disrespectful. I tell everybody to relax. Well, thank you for tuning in. This is Obi Wrestling Podcast. Like you said, shout out to Get Your Bars Off Podcast, A&G Podcast. We working. Follow me on FRESH&FRASStv. On Twitch and YouTube, Fresh and Frost Gaming on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. We everywhere. We working. You already know. R.I.P. to Dustin. R.I.P. to Dorian Blair. Thank you for tuning in. It's NXT TakeOver time.
That's
Relax. Swirling mass.
Yeah.
Mic up. Turn our mother loving mic up.
Slim, what's up, Dre? How you doing? Yeah, I'll mute your mic.
Hunger Games up in my head. Gotta get the dough, babies need.
He's gotta go in fifth.
Virgil. All right.
Nah, you ain't doing me like that. You ain't doing me.
Come on, Black Queen, Sasha.
And Goldust. All right.
Yo, you are foul, bro. You are
Jeff Hardy at number 5.
Number 5.
Goldust. All right, Goldust. All right, Todd. All right. Eddie Guerrero's going to Wrestling God. Yeah, just gonna have to be mad. That's just gonna have to be mad. That's just how it works. No, you whoa.